でスタートって言って。
はい、もう撮ってますよ。
本当。さ、そこには愛があったっていうのは、これは本屋さんがつけたタイトルなんだけど、本当にこれなんだよ。ラブ、愛。
Hi everyone, my name is Hiroshi. I'm a director from New York. Currently I'm a nomad. It's really nice to be back in Okinawa because it's quite different from mainland Japan. I think the tempo and the stress level is quite different, and also the temperature is really different, and it's very nice and relaxing here.
Okay. Could you give us a bit about your background as a director and why you got into filmmaking back then?
So originally I was showing as an artist my photographic work or video or installation, sculptures and things like that. And within making a huge scale of sculptures, there's a long process of making it. And during this making, things change a lot. And sometimes you don't stick with the original plan. It transforms into something else that's a discovery. And I like that process. And as an art, you have to show the final work. And you don't show the process. But in filmmaking, you can show all the changes that happens, all the accidents that happens during that process. And I found that as an amazing way of showing the journey of making things.
How do you first connect with Ishikawa-san for the project? And what was her reaction when you approached her about making a documentary on her?
So I knew Mao through a curator friend. I met her in New York when she had a group exhibition at PS1 Museum. This was about the American military facilities. And I met her briefly then, so my impression was kind of light. But then after that, I started reading her blog. I got to know more about who she was and her politics, her interest, and also her Okinawan identity. Then when she republished Akabana in 2015, I think, I became very interested because I didn't know this part of her work where she lived in Koza and worked as a barmaid, working at the bar that served black GIs. And I found the pictures quite incredible and amazing and full of energy. So then I also thought about the context of her politics on racism towards African American people, which I found it really refreshing for Americans actually. So initially I started making this documentary to show in America. But then her take on the history and the politics of Okinawa was just so interesting and really in depth. Then I thought this is also really good for people in Okinawa as well as people in Japan.
Okinawa, Philadelphia, and this film also showing our film festival. And I think this film is also interesting because you just focus on the African American in America. You shot in America. So why did you make this film?
This actually came as an accident while I was shooting for the with Okinawa with Love. Kwan, young boy, African American young boy, texted Mao, and she said, "Oh, this is the son of Myron, who is my best friend." And he's always texting me, she said. And because she only met him once, she's not like talking so much. But then I said, wow, I mean, this is the son of the guy who used to go to your bar. Can I follow him? Can I interview him? And she says, go right ahead. So I contacted him and then I said, can I interview you about your father? And he said, with honor. So then within just a week or 2 weeks, I went to Philadelphia and I interviewed him, and he said I should interview his mother, who's his mother at the same time. Myron, Mao's best friend, never married her, but they had a son. So that story became very interesting, and as well as his wife. And through interviewing, there was so much discovery that I connected with the Mao's interview. And there are some secrets that came about. So I wanted to share this film with Mao as well as everyone who knows about Mao too.
Yeah, I feel that these two films may seem to be dealing with individual story, but they are in fact addressing significant historical issues, including those left behind by the U.S. military. However, I think your handling of them is very appropriate, and it doesn't feel like you are deviating from the main thing. How do you go about organizing your films? And did you have to cut out a significant amount of footage?
So my approach is that I don't explain about the history and politics, but I let the locals, the people who are in charge of their experience, talk about it. And within that talk, there's politics and history that merges. And I like that approach much more than something that's comprehensively political or social. So political and social is hidden behind the personal stories, which I'm very interested in.
Yeah. So do you have to cut out some footage of the film?
With Okinawa, Philadelphia, much of the footage I shot is used in the film because it was very concise. It was a 1 day of filmmaking, and everything they said was just very, very interesting to me. Yeah. And it linked to Mao's testimony greatly. And yeah, so, however, from Okinawa with Love, yes, I have shot so many more hours of footages, such as like landscapes of Okinawa. And Mao talks endlessly, of course. She can talk without question, actually. So I cut out a lot of the talk that's not necessarily related to the subject matter. So yeah, and in that way, I made her talk clear and concise so that people can understand, and as well as people don't get too bored when someone talks too much.
Yeah. So does she like the film?
Yes, she said it's good. It's good. It's good.
So I have heard that you have a trilogy plan. Do you have to? Did you have this idea right from the beginning?
Yes, because the amount of the footage that I shot from Okinawa with Love was just immense. So initially I was thinking in terms of length, I have to make it separate. Then I became interested in separating in terms of the content. And the trilogy one is still in progress. I made a couple of versions which came to some kind of completion, but it kind of failed and disappeared. But it's a context of current Okinawa issue, as well as the issues and history of the American colonization from 1945 to 1972.
Yeah, okay. So that's the question. Is there anything you would like to say to the audience in Okinawa? Yeah, we hope they can hurry to the theater to watch your film.
Yes, I think for young people, Mao's experience in 70s and also the time of the Japanese reversion of Okinawa, the whole politics and the whole social unrest is tremendously interesting. I think it will be very informative for young people, as well as Mao's fan who follows her current work. I think they would find this documentary very, very informative of how she came about. And also, I think the people who are from that generation, I think this is also nice to see Okinawa from back then. I think this is a nice memoir of the old times of Okinawa.
Thank you. Once again, thank you, Snaidi-san.
Thank you.
For being here to sharing your insight with us. Thank you.
Thank you.